Integrity isn't about effort, it's about limits. Your time works the same way. The strongest structure will collapse. Reverse thinking required.
Hey, if you've been reading along since the beginning, I sure appreciate you. If you stumbled across this video, I'm doing a raw read of my book here, Reverse Thinking Required by Joshua Jensen, CPA, with Michelle Cornish, MBA. And if you'd like to listen to chapters before or after, or the version that has commentary, then check out the links below and or at the end. So we are now reading Chapter 5, Maintaining Integrity, and I want you to listen carefully because I'm going to talk about integrity unlike I've ever heard anybody else talk about it. Chapter 5, Maintaining Integrity. When I was in college, my grandfather gave me some of the best advice I'd ever received. Maintain your integrity in everything you do. As a CPA, tax professional, or anyone in business, integrity is a core value we are taught to uphold. It's drilled into us through the guidelines like IRS Circular 230 and the AICPA Code of Conduct. These documents emphasize acting with due care for our clients. But what does that really mean when we're caught in the grind of daily operations? We all know that integrity is about being honest, ethical, and fair. But when it comes to running a business, especially a business with growing demands, integrity also means understanding our limits. Think of it like the integrity of a bridge. The strength of a bridge is measured by how much weight it can bear before it breaks. If you overload it with too many cars, trucks, and trains, eventually it will collapse. And that's not because the bridge was poorly built or faulty. It's because it was pushed beyond its capacity. The same principle applies to us as business owners and professionals. We have a limit on how much we can handle before something breaks, whether it's our health, our relationships, or the quality of the work we're delivering to clients. For a moment, let's use an example that brings this closer to home. Imagine you need to have knee surgery. You want the best surgeon for the job, someone with experience, skill, and precision. Now, what if you found that this surgeon works 7 days a week, performs surgeries at 1 a.m., and squeezes in patients between others just to keep up? You'd probably hesitate, right? No matter how skilled that surgeon might be, you'd start to wonder if they're giving each patient the careful attention they need. Would they be fresh enough to handle your surgery properly? Are they working so much that they're bound to make a mistake? This is exactly what happens to us as business owners when we push ourselves too hard. We take on more clients, work longer hours, and say yes to every request, believing we're doing the right thing by accommodating everyone. But in reality, we're risking the integrity of our work, our relationships with clients, and our well-being. There's a point where we, like that overburdened bridge, start to buckle under the weight. Maybe it's exhaustion from too many late nights or the stress of trying to keep up with the never-ending workload. Whatever it is, the result is the same. Our work suffers, and so do we. We tell ourselves that by taking on more, we're helping our clients, but in reality, we might be doing them a disservice. By spreading ourselves too thin, we can't give any one client the full attention and care they deserve. Just like that surgeon who's running on empty, we're not operating at our best. And that's where things can start to go wrong. Mistakes happen when we're tired and stretched too far, whether it's an overlooked detail in a tax return or missing a crucial deadline. Maintaining integrity in business isn't just about being ethical or honest. You need to recognize when you've reached your limit. It's about having the humility to admit that you can't do it all and the courage to say no when you need to. When you tell a client that you're at capacity and can't take on more work without risking quality, you're actually being an advocate for them too. You're protecting them from being a part of a rushed, half-hearted process. In the tax industry, or any industry for that matter, the stakes are high. We're dealing with serious matters like government filings and compliance. If you're overworked and not paying close attention, the consequences can be significant. So, why do we keep pushing ourselves past our limits? Part of the problem is the culture around business. We're taught that success means always saying yes and taking on as much as possible. It's almost a badge of honor to be overloaded, as if being constantly busy is a sign that we're doing well. But what we often overlook is the cost of that approach, the cost to our health, our clients, and the long-term sustainability of our businesses. Just like a bridge has a limit to how much weight it can bear, we have limits too. It's not a sign of weakness to admit that we can't do everything, it's a sign of strength. By staying within our limits, we're ensuring that we can continue to deliver high quality work without burning out or sacrificing our well being. So, how do we maintain our integrity while cutting hours and clients? It starts with being honest with ourselves about what we realistically can handle. If we keep piling on more work, we're not just putting our own health at risk, we're also putting our clients and our business in jeopardy. To maintain integrity, we need to recognize our limits and respect them. That's not only acting with due care for ourselves, but also for the people who rely on us. As business owners, we want to do the best job we can for our clients. But to do that, we need to make sure we're operating within our own capacity. Otherwise, we risk being that overloaded bridge, just one more client away from breaking down. When you reach your limit, it's okay to say, "This is all I can take on." It's better to do fewer things with excellence than to do everything poorly. And when you can admit that you've hit your limit, that's when you truly are maintaining integrity, both for yourself and your business. Signs your integrity may be wavering. Maintaining integrity in your business isn't just about being ethical or honest. It's about ensuring that you're delivering the best possible service while protecting your own well-being. When we take on too much, we're not just risking burnout, we're compromising the quality of our work and ultimately the trust our clients place in us. These signs indicate it may be time to reassess your integrity in your business. Number one, you feel overloaded and stretched too thin. If you're constantly rushing from one task to the next, working long hours with little rest, that's a sign you're taking on too much. This overload is a threat to your ability to do quality work. You can't pour from an empty cup. Number two, you're making mistakes or missing details. Even the smallest oversight can have big consequences in business. If you notice an increase in errors or feel like you're cutting corners, it's a clear sign that you're operating beyond your capacity. Perfection fades when you're running on empty. Number three, you're neglecting your health and well-being. If you're sacrificing sleep, skipping meals, or neglecting self-care to meet client demands, you've lost balance. Your health should never be an afterthought. Number four, your clients are suffering from your overload. If you find yourself unable to give your clients the attention and care they deserve, it's time to reassess. You can't serve your clients well if you're barely holding it together yourself. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward maintaining the integrity of your business and your well-being. Ignoring them only leads to burnout, mistakes, and a breakdown in the quality of service you provide. By acknowledging your limits and making intentional adjustments, you not only protect yourself, but also ensure that you can continue to deliver the best possible outcomes for your clients. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things the right way. Action steps. Ensuring integrity in your business. To maintain your integrity and ensure that you're providing the best service possible, it's crucial to make intentional adjustments to how you work. Try the following practical steps to help you align your workload with your capacity. Number one, recognize your limits. Start by being honest with yourself about what you can realistically handle. Understanding your own boundaries is the first step toward maintaining your integrity. Ask yourself, how many hours can I work while still delivering my best? How many clients can I serve without sacrificing quality? Number two, set clear boundaries with clients. Communicate your limits to your clients. Let them know when you're available and how much you can take on. By setting expectations up front, you avoid overcommitting and risking burnout. Make it clear that maintaining quality and integrity means you may need to say no sometimes. Number three, cut back on overloaded work. Evaluate your client list and workload. If certain clients or tasks are pushing you beyond your capacity, it's time to reduce or delegate. Prioritize quality over quantity to ensure you can maintain high standards of work. Maintaining integrity while cutting hours and clients is about recognizing your limits and making choices that ensure your long-term success. Just like a bridge that can only hold so much weight, you can only handle so much before the cracks begin to show. By establishing boundaries, focusing on what you can realistically manage, and making decisions that prioritize your health and well-being, you'll safeguard your business's integrity and provide better service to the clients who matter most. In the end, it's about ensuring that you, your business, and your clients thrive without sacrificing your personal well-being. Well, we will continue on. Thanks for being a part of this journey. Next is Chapter 6, Redefining Your Expectations.
This is a safe room of professionals who refuse to let their business own them. If you're ready to put your needs first, my mastermind is your retreat.